All right. All right. I am live. We got a guest coming on. He's going to be talking a little bit. Well, I am live. Sorry. I was talking and I wasn't live, but I'm live now. We got a guest coming on. Jason Going Uber. It'll be cool to have on here. We're going to talk a little bit about everything, if that's okay with you, and then we'll go from there. But as of for right now, he's family first, because everybody knows that's how I feel. Family first, always family first. So that's where I'm at with that. And as soon as he takes care of that, he will be on. How does that sound? Hold on a minute. I'm trying to fix something there. There we go. Let me go here. Hold on a minute, people. People, wait a minute. Tanisha, how are you doing? How is Tanisha? I hope you're doing good, Tanisha. I wouldn't want nothing bad to be with anybody. Let me go invite a few people and we'll go from there. So, if Jason, if you happen to pop in while I am taking care of a few things here, just know that I will get back to you. Let me. No, that'll take too long to do that way. It would be easier if I just was able to copy that link, but there's something. Oh, no, wait, we might have it. There we go. Oh, I got it, I think. We'll soon find out. We'll see. We'll see. Let me see here. Hi, Area 51 Morphs. How are you doing? How is everything going with you, my friend? Please hit the thumbs up, people, so that way everybody knows that I'm live. The more people that get the thumbs up, the more it's getting out there, the better off we are. Oops. We'll get a better, you understand what I'm saying. At least I hope you do. I just ramble on and on and on and on. I understand that too. They call me the Rambler, I guess, huh? Here we go. I'm just trying to get everybody I can to know that I am live when I am live. I think that's about it that I usually, well, you guys know. And, there's one more. There we go. See how I'm doing now. Kelsey, how are you doing? I was just getting ready to send you guys a thing saying I was live, but you obviously know I was live. You did a snake and rat cleaning video, huh? Oh, you did rat snake cleaning. Okay, yes. Sorry, I misread that. I'm doing good. How are the two gentlemen in your life that are very close to you? Ollie Kern's funny. There we go. Ollie Kern's great people. There he is. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Just gonna try and get me a visual over here. Am I right?
I gotta put my headphones on. I can't hear you. I gotta have my headphones on. Give me 1 minute, bud.
Not you, buddy. Sorry. I'm on live. Don't say all those dirty words.
Of course, my headphones start falling apart because they're old,
Like the hat. Oh, wet feet. Did it rain?
Might have to treat myself to a new
Oh,
pair
nice.
come Christmas time, huh? There we go. Now I can hear you.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Like the hat?
Hey, there we go. Mine's in my bedroom in there hanging up.
Come on, Blue. Go play.
Yes.
I know
Makes
you went
me-
outside. My
Makes me
daughter
want to
does
put
tell
one
me
on.
every time she goes outside, she's got to get on my lap and tell me how she went outside. Like, you didn't do it this time, so I'm going to go out and tell you how it was. You dog.
Oh yeah, Justin's in the house.
I got to put my headset on too because you could probably hear my reverb through here.
A little bit, not much though, but I can. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, let me figure that out.
okay, we got Gary Orner in the house. Justin Ward's in the house. Matt from Area 51's in here. Kelsey's in here. Tanisha's in here. The usuals.
Bear with me, everybody. I'm trying to figure out what headset I'm supposed to use. I think I brought my good one home. Eli, do you have a headset over there?
Well,
Oh, I didn't plan this out very well because I must not have it here. All right, let's ask the audience there if when you're talking, if it's real bad because I
Yeah.
really don't have it here, so I'm not sure what they're saying. Very sorry, everybody. If you're hearing that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't really hear it, so I don't know if anybody else does or not.
Let me turn the volume up.
Really hear it, so I don't know if anybody else does or not.
It should be all right, actually. All right, nobody's complaining.
So I don't know if anybody else.
Doesn't seem like anybody's complaining, so we should be
Yeah,
good.
we'll live with it.
Man, so how you doing, Andrew? It was good to
So-
talk to you earlier today.
Yep. No, I'm doing good. Same with me. It was good to talk to you two earlier. So what's new over there in the Uber world over there?
Yeah, you know, everything's still pretty blasé with this whole Corona and the up and down of the whole.
Yeah.
So, it reminds me, right after Hurricane Charlie, we lost our house, and we actually lost our home and our rental home that my wife ran a daycare out of. And
Okay.
for about 6 months to a year, I would say, life felt a lot like this. You know what I mean? Like you're just totally restricted on everything. Anything you had planned is no longer going to happen that year. All the festivals you have in your town every single year that year weren't happening. And it felt a lot like this. And I feel really bad for the people that have hard times with, depression and things like this. With winter coming on top of that,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't understand how people commit suicide in the wintertime and the snow and the stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't understand that because there's a high suicide rate in areas probably like yours as well. But in my area, it seems like every year somebody's walking out in the woods and just ending it out of depression. And I feel for those people that are dealing with this stuff right now because winter's coming. It gets really gray out there. After being here for a few years, I'm like, yeah, I could see it. Being gray for 6 months straight can really kind of do something with your psyche. So I feel
like here, suicide is like the number one cause of death here in this state. It's up there, and it's because like in another 2 months, around December or so, the sun is gone by 4:30. It's dark out, and it doesn't come up again until like 8:00 in the morning the next day. So people are not out getting the sun, and suicide's really bad here. And
yeah, it is here too. I mean, and I never really knew about it, but every year people are talking about so and so, took their life, and I'm like, and they all know each other, and I don't know the people, but it seems like every year that seems to be a topic.
And then now with this Corona on top of it all, I could see how people just can't take it. They have to be doing stuff out all the time and all that. And here I don't suffer from depression in any way, so I could be stuck in a house for a year straight and it probably wouldn't bother me any. But there are people that can't take it. I see it, and I can go out. Like I go next door to my shop and stuff, and you can go to your shop. But there are people that don't have that, and I could see.
Yeah, and I don't really go in. I mean, we're in, and I know the area you're in is very much like my area. You're traveling if you want to go do something, So, but that brings me up to something we were talking about earlier. For the people that are watching, I want you all to know that me and Andrew have disagreed on a lot of things. We've had arguments with each other. Never no name calling or anything like that.
No.
But straight up arguments and everything. And not once have you ever seen a video from us saying that, oh, so and so is a whatever,
an asshole or something.
I wish more people would handle this type of stuff like me and you always have, where we're allowed to disagree with each other. Like, we could still be friends and not think that this is the best kind of sandwich in the world. We don't have to agree on this. You know what I mean? I totally see people get bent. Like, you know what it is? They get scared. They get scared real quick if they disagree with anybody on YouTube, that person is going to make a video about them. And when you're a small channel, even when you're a bigger channel, it's kind of scary if people are coming at you, because they start this drama thing. I want y'all to know that it doesn't have to be like that. I mean, we are on opposite sides of a few different topics, and I think it's probably brought us closer together if you allow it. If you're truly a friend, that is, I guess.
Yeah, of course. But there are times that you have to do a video though to get the other person to acknowledge that, like there was a video today of a very good friend of mine, and he didn't mention any names or nothing. He did a very respectful. He was like, I'm asking you to come and talk to me about it, which is the way it should be.
I love the way he did that. He handled that top notch. And I think, people in here might know who we're talking about, and it's okay. We won't bring their name up other than I think it's a good video. So you all should go out and check that one guy out, Mr. J. But anyway, we won't bring up his name because we don't want to put him on spot or anything. But I think it was an excellent video. What a great way to handle a situation. I'm surprised that it's something within the community. But then again, we both know that sometimes there's a little elf that comes along and gets in the middle of things just to spread that hate. So if you all see crazy comments from anybody that might be in our social group, think twice if it's something out of the ordinary. Think twice. It might not be that person.
I have to agree.
Andrew's been a victim of it.
Yes. I can also say that one thing I've learned over my many years of being around, as you got a few gray hairs, but is that people, you're getting them too, Uber, is people tend to say things about people and create all these lies and stuff like that, but then people forget about them after, give it a little bit of time. And if somebody said something like, let's say I was saying something about you, Uber, in a short time, people would forget I even said anything about you. And that's the way it is. Like,
it really is.
They used to have that board of inquiries, about, the reptile board of inquiries, and they used to tear people up on there. And sometimes they were lies about people. And then it turns out that if you just let things go and don't respond to it, the big key is don't respond to it. If you respond to it, you're feeding it. It will disappear.
I hate any group like that. That's why I don't join any of those Facebook groups. And they all can try and tell you that we don't tolerate this, we don't tolerate that. Yeah. Within 2 weeks, the people that said that same stuff are being the bully and being the power hungry and dictating people's business. I wouldn't do that. I am actually not happy with my live last night because I mentioned those few people in there that I didn't like. And that's not good business for me to do that. Even if they are the lowest of the low, it wasn't smart of me to do that. And I shouldn't do that. I'm human, so I'm going to make mistakes. I can't help it.
Everybody makes mistakes. That's another thing. Everybody makes mistakes.
These groups, man, listen, don't go ruin somebody's livelihood, their business, their dream, their hopes, just for fun, just for spite. That is disgusting. Like, look at, even as somebody I can't stand, I wouldn't go out of my way to just bury them. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be my life's goal.
Not only that, when you're trying to bury them, it makes more people bring attention to them, which could backfire on you, technically, if you do it wrong.
Oh yeah.
But like Gary Warner said, that was on Fauna, and then Rich did shut that part down. On Fauna Classifieds, the Board of Inquiries, and I could tell you, I know a few people on there that I know for a fact. I've seen the emails from the people and stuff that it was fake stuff, that the people just wanted other stuff for free or something, and they created these lies trying to cause trouble.
It's so easy to do. I got an email the other day This person emailed me probably 5-6 times talking about this one snake that I have on Morph Market. Towards the end, they said, okay, I'm ready to buy now. Can you please send me an invoice? And I said, no, I cannot send you an invoice. Well, I can only do it if I get an invoice. And I understand that there might be some people that have their billing and their money and stuff set up like that. But I can't do that as a business when I'm doing my stuff through PayPal. Because, see, if I send you an invoice, it's real easy for you to take that same computer you got the invoice on and change it to paid in full. You order the snake. I ship it out to you. You call PayPal and say, look, I paid the money. The snake didn't come, blah, 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 or whatever it is. And I'm screwed, you know?
Well, even if they didn't use that on PayPal, they could use it on a website or something saying, see,
anywhere.
And
use it against you, or, you know, but people do these things. It's I don't know. Like, wow, people got so much time in their hand. I'm going to just jump in here and check out the comments. Hello, Mr. J. What's happening, man? Good to see you.
Like,
I really liked your video earlier today. I think you handled that better than I could have handled it, which ain't saying much. Sorry, but I still think you handled it really, really well.
So do I. I think you did a great job on it, Justin did.
And I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were in here or not, I was saying earlier that unfortunately, people are just like this, you know what I mean? And also there is people right now going around commenting as if there's somebody else, and that is happening. And it's actually happening right now a little bit to Andrew, in fact. So it's not that it happened a long time ago to me and then a long time ago to Andrew. It happened recently to Andrew as well. So there's people out there that have time to do that. So maybe you can ask some questions to that person or whatever, that only the person that supposedly is talking crap about you might know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Now, like Gary Horner up here said that Rich, who ran the Fauna Classifieds, who headed up, he took that board of inquiries down because he got death threats and stuff because some people lie on there, and then some people, it might be true about them, but
oh man, people go crazy. People go nuts.
I said, you don't know who your neighbor is anymore. People might think you do, but you don't. But I did a video once again about somebody, but I took it down right away. And I'm sure you know the person I'm talking about. I did the video about. I completely went off, and I shouldn't have done that to that individual, but I took it down right away because it was
like I said, with you, like I went off the rails a little bit last night about it, and I don't want to ruin the two people I spoke about's lives. Really, deep down, that's not what I really want. Like I don't feel good. I don't feel good about saying what I said, even though everything I said was true, and even though they did way worse to me. I still don't feel good about it. And at least I have that. I think that's a feeling that they don't know nothing about. And I'm proud of that. Because when I was younger, I didn't have that. I had no really remorse for nobody. Like I was very much self-centered, didn't really care about stuff, typical jerk. And I would hate me now. Like if my daughter brought me home, I bust up myself in the face really bad.
I gotta, Gary Horner here. This is a smart saying. I never let people rent space in your head for free.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And then Justin goes, true. Space in my head is expensive.
Sherry, hello. Say hi. I'm not sure if I know Sherry or not, but hello. Area 51s. Hey, man.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Over here, I got it hanging in the brain.
Don't let people get into your head in any way. Just
let it blow. And you know what? People are always going to judge it. And that's what my live. I kind of really meant for my live last night to kind of go in this direction, and I just kind of went off the rails. I'm not good at lives. I don't really talk about it much, but I got a couple of motorcycle accidents a few years back, and it took a while to kind of recover myself, you know what I mean, and get back to myself. And I don't think I'm really there because I get really easily sidetracked now. And I wish I could fix that. Anybody got like, is there a certain kind of vitamin I can take that doesn't do that? Because I'm noticing it, and it almost feels like Alzheimer's to me because I'm usually so boom, boom, boom.
There is a secret. It's called folic acid.
Yeah,
no joke. Acid. Folic acid is very good for the brain. It does. It keeps you on track, and because they say most of your problems is sidetrack and stuff like that. Could be swelling or anything a little bit. Not saying you're swelling in the brain, but you understand what I'm saying. But,
hello, Horner. I don't think I know you either, but hello, Horner. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Orner, Gary Orner.
Okay,
He's
okay.
very big at
I think I've seen him on
geckos.
one of your lives before, right?
Yes, he was in my live. Yeah, he does a lot of gecko stuff. Very, very good at what he does.
Yeah,
And
it's nice to see people say, I don't know geckos. I'm not going to pretend like I do, but it's nice. You always can tell when somebody actually knows what they're talking about.
yes, you can.
You know what I mean? And that's why I tell like people judge people and say this. I'm like, you can tell somebody's full of crap or not. It's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? And if you accept to be buddies and cool with them and stuff, then that's what you did. Don't go crapping on them 2 months later when,
Yeah, no, one thing I noticed, you can lie your way through, you can bullshit your way through a lot of stuff, but sooner or later you can't do it no more. You get to the point where it's like, this caught up with me. So,
no. And hello, Tanisha. I want to say hello to you too as well. I actually known you for a long time throughout these lives, and I just want to say hello.
But Gary, he's really into his geckos. He's reverse engineering them, which is very interesting. He's taking them back to the base morphs, so when you breed stuff, you know exactly what
people
you have.
That's what people should have done. And I'm not a gecko guy, like I said, but when I first kind of learned it, I think I learned that through you, and you were talking about the different albinos, and then you just end up selling them as pets and all that stuff. Somebody's moving stuff around. I hear the building shaking. So I see that's what I'm talking about. I almost sidetracked myself right there, and I almost forget what I was saying.
Oh, don't feel bad.
But with the albinos and stuff, and that's what I was thinking about ahead of time. It's like, well, then that's why you always got to keep the basic stuff around. That's why when people are like, "Oh, he's over there breeding just Lessers or just Mojaves," I'm just like, good. I'm glad that people are still putting out these amazing single genes, because in the future it could easily happen. This could easily happen with a lot of stuff in the future with the ball python community as well. So
I agree. I definitely agree with you. You look at the bull snakes, and you breed bull snakes. You never know what you're going to get, because if you bought it from a breeder, 9 chances out of 10 they're het for something. But not that there's anything wrong with that, because you know what you get. You can identify it. It's either albino or white-sided, stuff like that, and that happens. But like when the geckos, you definitely don't want to be mixing the albinos together and stuff like that. It's just, you like the pure form stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know much about them, but only because I don't have room to have to learn about another anything. Like it wouldn't I couldn't even learn a new way to boil eggs right now. I have no more room in this brain to store anything. At least that's how I feel. It's I'm telling you, man, I'm getting old. Things are getting weird.
I like what you said though. You pick something you like and then run with it. You know, you don't have to compete with the Joneses over here and buy the most expensive stuff. If you like, let's say Mojave, just something simple. If you started working with Mojave, you could pick out the best of the Mojave and have the best Mojave line out there.
Well, people start for the blush Mojave. Is that
the gold blush?
The gold blush.
Yeah.
And from a gentleman that I respect dearly in the community, I think he's probably
Brian Gundy.
Listen, no offense to anybody, but if you're talking about a true person all the time, that's probably the truest person we could point out in the reptile community. That who you're seeing is who you're seeing and who he is.
Yep.
100%. I mean, the guy puts his own phone number up on his every video, so you can call if you have any questions or anything. 2 steps above. My hat's off to him. All these other guys that people love that I'm not going to dog, but I'm not a fan of, have all these views and all these people and all this stuff. You want to learn something? It's just there's a few really good old timers out there that are willing to truly help you.
I agree.
So that's not a commercial about him. He's not even here. I don't think he even knows who I am.
No, but true. If you need to know something, Brian Gundy, he'll be happy. He'll tell you. You don't even have to buy something from him. If you need help with something, you call him and he'll help you. So that's cool. That's.
I was liking your video.
Oh, thank you.
I got
it's It's crazy how
Yeah, you don't want to keep up with the Joneses though. It's a
no.
90% of the time it's a big fail. I've watched it. We've all watched it. If you really think about it, we've all watched it. It's just not a good way to go, and it's easy to do. God, it's so easy to do. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
know.
It's like
You can get
it's
caught up in a
hard,
moment easy.
especially like there's sometimes where you're just like, man, I really want to put a big push here and really want to start doing something, and then somebody next to you is doing it, and somebody on this side's doing it, and you're like, man, it's real easy to do.
Oh, of course. I know I have a tendency to when I get into things to go way over with it. I mean, like if Becky let me go, just said, here, do it, go with it, get whatever you want, I wouldn't be able to move. That's how much stuff I would have, because
See, now
I
I
would just
worry. I'm a big worrier. I worry about everything. I worry about everything. Like if my wife was like, go crazy, I don't know if I'd go people's crazy like, they would think, because I'd be worried. I don't even buy a drink. If I'm driving home, I'm like an hour from home and I'm thirsty, I'll wait until I get home. I don't know why I do that either, because Gloria's always yelling at me. She's like, "Look, we got money in the bank. You can get a drink. Drink something." I'm like, but I got a drink at home. I hate spending money.
yeah, I don't either. I try not to, but I would, because I have an addiction to reptiles. It's no joke. I'll tell you, it's like a drug to me. If Becky said, "Here's $100,000, go ahead, go for it," I would be in trouble, because I'd be going back in a week saying, "I need another 50 grand." I'm serious.
I don't know if I'd go back in a week, but if I had that much money, I couldn't. I could see myself becoming a total crackhead within 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like go in the morph market with, here's this much money, do what you wish. Of course, you're going to go to Freedom Breeder ARS or whatever, because you're going to have room, and you're going to get that stuff together. And but once you hit morph market, oh my God, we'd go outside for 5 days straight, wouldn't eat or drink.
See, you might be a little different than me. I would think, I'll go to Walmart and buy all the tubs I freaking want. I'd rather spend all the money on animals. I'm serious.
I hear you. You know as well as I do that these bot racks that we have are 100% better than any racks that we built. And you're a builder and you can build. And I can still imagine that it's so much nicer buying this rack built, and your tubs slide out when they're supposed to slide out, and when you put them back in, it doesn't spill all the water you just put in there because they're so tight. And then the next one's down so loose that you got to kind of put something in there so that it can't get out by chance.
But like Gary said, Gary Warner here, he's got a good point. He says there's a difference between like spending money and investing money, which is a good point.
Yeah. Oh, great point.
But then you got to take into consideration there are people out there who think they're going to become real famous and really big at this, and they could spend $1 million and not get nowhere. Because I've seen it. That kid, there was that kid his dad spent like $1 million on animals on him, and where is he at?
That kid and that guy they got screwed by every single person. Oh, you want to buy snakes? I'll sell you some snakes. Oh my God, boy. All the prices of those snakes went thousands of dollars more than they're worth. Oh, there's a lot to that, I'm sure. Oh man. I seen him at Tinley, that kid, and he's sitting there with like these 5 store-bought girls, young teenage girls all dressed like hoochies. And I'm thinking, where's your parents think you're at right now? They think you're at one of these places dressed like Budweiser girls? Because you're all teenagers, and that's what you look like. And it was sad, to be honest with you, because these girls are just like
money.
Yeah, it was nothing to do. It was bad.
He
didn't come out looking good. People were like talking crap.
Well,
I don't know. I could care less, but people were talking crap.
Oh yeah, no, I'll say that. If you did take $1 million and invest it properly and didn't just blow it, that kid, I don't even, I don't know much about him, but from what I saw, it looked like he just went out and just went crazy and wasn't thinking his projects through as he purchased animals.
No,
You know,
and people were taking
I think he was
advantage.
just fine. Yeah.
So, and but back on it, yeah, you don't need to have like, find the best quality single, double gene animals. Find two snakes that just make something really neat. Like when you look at a lesser, you look at a Mojave, you look at a fire, and you look at a fire, and you put them together. You wouldn't guess that you're going to get a white snake. Nobody
No.
out there would have hit the money if they said, okay, what's the snake's going to look like? Whoever guesses right is going to get $1 gazillion. Nobody would get the $1 gazillion.
No.
Um, and they sell really well. So you can just have a few of them. Have a few clutches a year. Will pay off what you're feeding those 3 snakes, as well as those babies that you get from them. And you can pay for the hobby you love. Still afford to buy your rats at an outside place, not breed your own rats, because it's very hard to breed your own rats if you don't have a facility. But you don't have to be a successful breeder. You don't have to spend $1 million.
No.
You don't have to get all the top recessives. I know everybody's videos that you see when they say, well, if you're going to do it, then you need to go out and you got to get the clowns. You got to get working on projects, from 30 years from now. But these are people with money. You know what I mean? If you're a person that doesn't have a ton of money, then you don't have to feel like, oh, I guess I can't do it, because that's not the case. I sell lessers and Mojaves every single day. I'm going to sell one. I'm almost out. You know what I mean? That's how it's going.
Yeah. Well, like
So
Gary Horner just said, you don't need $1 million. Yeah, $5K, and you could be set for. You could really set.
You can do pretty good. 5K is a nice little start and investment on your business. And in 5K, you could, with 5K, you could, done right, turn an investment your first year and be in the black.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, he said he started off with $400 and 3 geckos, and he's going good now.
Yeah. But I think people watch all these big guys, and not even some big guys, even some little guys that watch big guys' videos, and then they regurgitate what the big guys say in their own videos, where you gotta get out there and get all your recessives and get your female visuals, this, that, and yada. Hey, listen, do whatever you want. I don't really care. But I'm telling you, you don't have to do it that way. You can save yourself a lot of money by getting a visual male and some het females. You know what I mean? You don't have to have and yes, if you do visual to visual, they're all going to come out. And yes, you're trying to, a better profit if you had the money to do that. Go out and try and buy 2 normal visual pied females and a normal visual pied male for $500. It's not going to happen.
No. You got to look at that too.
It's not going to happen, but
no.
You can get a het female adult for $200, another het female for $200, and for another $150, you can get a visual male pied. And for $500, you have 2 females ready to go and a male that should be just about ready, if not ready already. You know what I mean? And I know you're going to say, where are you getting $150 pies? They have them all the time. Go to the reptile shows. People are putting them on sale all the time.
I know that. People are
them
producing them massively and are trying to get them out there. Yeah, no, I agree. Now, like Gary Horner said,
pretty simple. It's not that hard.
If you breed if you breed what you like, you'll sell it. But if you breed what you think is going to make money, you're going to struggle, and that's the truth, 100%. And if you start off slow, you'll be successful at it. You can be successful
is sometimes the motivation that you need to get the job done. If I'm breeding stuff that just don't interest me, I mean, I want it to be Christmas when I'm cutting.
I agree. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't get rid of anything either, because I'll let you know that king snakes, right? Back in the day when I first started, king snakes were going for like $100 and some, right? $150, and that's no joke. Like albino king snakes, when they first came, they were going for big bucks. And then, well, that ain't big bucks, but it's big bucks for like a colubrid. Then it went down to like $35, and before you know it, they were going for $5 a piece. So everybody sold all their stuff. I didn't buy anything new. My stuff just grew old and died off, and then I did sell some of the stuff. But now you can't touch like a Mexican black king for under $225. I mean, it's crazy, the price of stuff when it's gone through the roof.
And everything's like that. And like you're saying, don't get rid of your stuff, because things will go up, things will go down. But that's what I was talking about in my video too, is that if you're going to want to try and buy stuff too, that's why I say blue eye. That's why I always use Mojave and lesser, because the blue eye leucisticus are always going to stay within the price range between $300 and $600. I've never seen them less than that, and rarely do you see them more than that. So, and it's always been that way. And it's two inexpensive snakes that can pay themselves off rather quickly in one clutch. You know what I mean? And very exciting to cut that clutch and see what's going on. So, and I don't want everybody, I'm not telling everybody should start out that way. If you have the money to invest, then invest it. You know what I mean? Make a good plan, have a goal, make a good plan, and invest that money.
But be passionate about it, because if you're not passionate, you're not going to make it.
And make sure your animals are they got to come first. That you don't go buying all the animals and then you're kind of giving a little less care than you do to all your animals because you keep adding to them, and you really, it gets overwhelming quick for, people don't realize that. And I'm very glad that I had people like Garrick DeMeyer, who kind of told me, he kind of helped me go through some stuff where I would have made some bad decisions. And he was telling me, you don't want to get to the point where you can't afford to feed everything. You're not breeding your own, you're buying your rats. He goes, I have to buy rats and I have to breed rats, and I'm spending like this much a week on rats. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it gets insane. So
it could easily get insane.
And I watched somebody me do the same thing. I got to the point where they just couldn't they're just buying everything in the world, and they just couldn't take care of everything in the world. I mean, and that's something you have to understand too, that every snake I add to the collection is really adding, 30 to 40 minutes a day at times to
easy, sometimes more depending upon what's going on.
Yeah. So, I mean, these things, you got to kind of, it's hard to think of all that stuff. And a lot of that stuff is, you learn lessons, you learn by making mistakes. But my big thing is I hate people always, even people that like me, don't have a lot of money or anything, work week. I would say we live week to week. We don't have much of a savings anymore, due to crap. But so we work week to week. So I feel like I'm pretty common with everybody else. We don't earn the money we used to earn, nowhere close. But I hate watching people get on that don't even have a whole lot of money themselves. And they're telling everybody, you got to do this. You got to get the recesses. And I'm like, if you only knew where you would be right now with your small little hobby business, if you had made smarter decisions and we didn't go out and buy 4 males, visual males, and then trying to save up your money to get one visual female to breed to them visual males that you bought, instead of buying females first, you bought a bunch of males that are visual, and then this female, and then you're waiting for one snake to breed, and then you're telling everybody this is how you got to do it. I haven't had any eggs yet, but this is how you got to do
it. and I could tell you, you can't go out and buy an animal and think, I'm going to make this money on this animal, because anything can happen. That's no joke. It's an animal.
Yeah. No, but they don't. Just because I got snakes that breed don't mean they're going to lay. Like I said, I got 3 females right now.
I go out and get a snake. I don't want to mention his name. And he has it, and he was waiting on it. And he went in and checked it, and it was dead. And he was so upset. And it was because of an electrical failure. I think the animal died because it got too hot or it got too cold. I don't remember exactly offhand, but it was a very expensive animal, and he was very upset because he was raising that up, waiting, but I'll tell you, you can't sink all your money and think, well, this is where I'm going to be in a couple of years, because anything's possible. That
my first year breeding up here, I didn't get any clutches at all, and I knew stuff. I knew.
Look at what's his name? Didn't Doug? Didn't he lose some animals because of thermostat failure a few years back? Pretty expensive stuff.
From Hissy Fit?
From yes.
Yeah, I was just talking to him today on the phone, actually. I posted a thing on Facebook. I seen a picture of me and him at Tinley, and I just posted it, and he gave me a call today. He's doing good, actually getting back into it. But I think he did have some sort of issue, but I'm not sure if anything died off or anything. The only person I know that had issues where that happened and everything died off was the Godfather Exotics guy. I think he told a story where like a lot of breeders came together and helped him out. And here's another example. I don't like that guy at all, Godfather Exotics, but like he went through some stuff, and some pretty cool breeders kind of got him back on his feet and hooked him up and did him right, and that was a good thing. But I think he lost all of his animals to that.
Yeah, no, Hissy Fit Reptiles, he had at least one I know that died because he was very upset. He was in tears on the video. He was in tears.
quite possibly. I wish I could watch everybody's videos, but I don't.
Oh, yeah, you can't watch them all. Like Gary Orner said in 2014, he lost his entire collection due to a fire because of thermostat failure. So you never know. You know, you're thinking you're going to be doing this and doing that.
Yeah, and you can check that
things
stuff all the
happen.
time, and that stuff can still happen too. So,
And they're animals. They're like livestock. They can just die on you too, because it happens.
I haven't had that happen to me, thankfully. But
No,
I know it can, and I know it will, and none of my snakes up here anyway. I mean, I've had snakes before, some colubrids, rat snakes, and stuff when I was younger, but they were huge, and they were probably towards the end of their life when I got them. So,
well, what happens too is they're so bred. Not everything is perfect. They're about defects, and you don't know it, and then can die. Well, look at Bob Clark too. His whole place burned down. Same with what was it?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now. I'm really bad with that.
So am I, but I'm trying to think. It's Robin Markland and stuff like that. They had that problem.
That isn't who I was thinking of. Oh, hey, there's the lady.
There's the lady. Yep.
Hello,
so
lady.
you said you talked to her earlier and she was giving me like $10,000 to buy animals. Is that what you said?
Where am I getting
No,
$10,000
Becky
from my ass?
Becky, he's full of
If
crap.
I had $10,000 coming out my ass, I'd have a new fucking car.
He's laughing. He's like, no, don't get me in trouble.
You know what the pop color looked like before I left?
Yeah, is it good now?
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't feel my toes.
She worked hard today, really, really hard. She's been on the go.
I don't ever take this day off, but I actually took kind of today off. I really haven't done much of anything yet. I've been at the shop all day, just going over bill stuff and running around. Some kids had some stuff I had to do for the kids and stuff, but I have been very lazy today, even though
I feel my
I think
toes.
I've seen all the rats.
Oh, yeah, you did good. Now it's organized.
I don't
That's
know
what
look
it
at the
needed.
comments, 'cause
Now I just have to do.
That's the worst thing about my life. Everybody's comment. Somebody
Justin said, hello, Becky.
gave me like $2 super chat, and I missed it, and I hate that.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Believe it.
I don't.
And then I didn't get to thank you.
No, I don't do super chat or nothing like that. I'm not monetizing my YouTube. I'm funny like that. A beer day, yeah. I would rather do a PayPal and then like put stuff up that I produce. Do giveaways, if everybody who was on, like if I have my PayPal and everybody that's in my PayPal, I don't have anybody in there, but if I did have people in there, I would say, you know what, I'm going to give this one snake away a year or one snake away a month or something. And if you're a PayPal member, you get your name's in there. The only ones that are going to win are the people that
Patreon.
That's what I meant. Patreon. Yeah. Sorry, was that saying PayPal?
Like, a lot of people hate, it's funny. It's like 50-50 from what I'm seeing. People hate the Patreon. People like the Patreon. My view is if you have something, a product for somebody, I don't see the problem with it. You know what I mean?
I don't either.
The only problem I see with Patreon is it is way too hard to get going and get any traction. Way too hard. I have one.
Difficult. I have one too.
I've never pushed it because
zero people.
It's hard enough to get videos up on my own channel, but now I got to do ones on just the Patreon. And in order to do Patreon, you have to do them both. And I'm like, I'm going to screw people over is what's going to end up happening for me because I don't have the time to do that. So it wouldn't work for me. But I'm like, if you have something that you're sharing that is an interest to somebody's giving you money to be, or to, to help you keep doing it, see nothing wrong with that at all. I don't know why people have an issue about that.
No, I don't either. Here's my whole thing with Patreon. Now, this is just what I was thinking. Like I was explaining to you. Let's say I produce an animal that's worth $500, and you're a donor on my Patreon page, and you put up, like, let's say $2 a month, or even just $2 a month. Let's say you're paying $2 a month. You stand a chance of winning, let's say, a $500 animal for $24 for a whole year. If you're in there for a year, every month I could put an animal up. Every month you put an animal up, and only the Patreon people can win it.
Right. But I think some people get ridiculous with it. Like, I love Matt. You guys, Olympus Reptiles. I know some people don't like it. Some people like him. I love him.
I think he's great. Matt's great.
He's been amazingly nice and kind to me. And just like any one of my friends, I have to punch you in the eye if you say something bad about him, but not like that. I mean, we're not that close or anything, but he is a good person. And, but I can't stand the way he does his Patreon. Like, you can't buy his snakes unless you're on his Patreon. And I think that is the most, and no disrespect to him, but I think it's a disrespectful thing to do to your subscribers. Like,
you could go to his store and buy
you get first dibs on the snakes. I like that. That makes sense. But the only way you can get his snake is being a Patreon guy. Nah, I don't like that.
I'm sure you could probably go to his store and buy one because he has a store.
No.
Oh, you can't?
No, and he's in business partners with that store. So he doesn't even sell his stuff either.
Oh, see, I didn't know. But he's a good guy, but that's
he brings any of his overhead. I mean, he might not say in his videos, but I would imagine I would, bring any of his normals or any of his some stuff that I'm sure he does put stuff in there, but his bigger stuff he puts all on his Patreon, and he's got the followers. So I mean, maybe I'm the crazy one, but for me, I hate that. Like, I don't know. You guys got to get a little bit of money every month if you want to buy my stuff because it's that damn good.
Well,
that's to me. I don't like.
He also, he's in partners with the store, which I'm sure there's an overhead on the store. And then he also has that house, that he bought that big property. And I'm sure that's costing a pretty penny. But no.
Well, hey, it works. Evidently it works as he's doing it. But I would feel so weird about that. I mean, maybe like he's also probably been in the business side of it longer than myself too, which I'm sure he has been. So,
maybe he knows something. He's successful. Yeah, he's successful. So I like him. I think he's cool as shit. I really do. I don't mean to curse like that on my trip, but I think he's a great guy, man.
People tell me that, like, I don't like hearing, like, if you're on my Patreon, then listen, don't fish it at your Patreon on the YouTube then, because I don't know, there's something about it that bothers me that you guys are getting a taste of this, but if you come over to my Patreon, you get this, and I might say shit. Ooh, you know what I mean? Like, that's the big draw that you get. You get there like, all right, we're gonna see Unplugged so and so, and then you just see the same damn video you just watched, but he didn't edit out the shit or the whatever that he said. I'll
tell you, I put I advertise my Patreon, but I don't say like, come on over and get this. No, it's just if you want to support the channel, go over there.
It's done up. Like I said, I think Patreon. I don't see a problem with it, other than I can't do it because that's way too much time. I'm struggling to get videos out, and now I got to do it on two ends, and maybe I can just take away my lives from my YouTube viewers, and then just do my lives on Patreon, and pay me money for things that I feel uncomfortable about. I don't know about you guys, but I watch my videos back, and I'm cringing out like crazy, and like somebody's gonna give me money for that. I don't know. I'm a jerk, man. I don't care. I see a show that sucks, I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I look at my own and say that. So, and I don't know. I'm hard on myself because I enjoy everybody else's stuff.
I couldn't take stuff and say, if you want to see it, you have to go over there. No, I'm not like that. I would be like, if you want a free animal, well, not free animal, but if you want a chance to win an animal, head over there.
Before the content over here would be based on this, you know what I mean? And to where your videos and your lives and stuff are just whatever random stuff that's happening in that situation or conversation and things like that, to where we were saying before, when your Patreon videos are going to be more directed at whether it's the building stuff or whatever it is. And that's what people are paying for. And it makes sense to me that I don't even know if I have anything that's worth anybody paying me for. Like, I don't think I could teach anybody anything. I'm not a good teacher.
Well, that's the same thing I'm saying. That's why.
Like you did building skills, I would definitely do that. You know what I mean? But I don't. I can make babies. I want to watch that video. Oh, they've done those. They're called porns. Hey, Mom, look at me now.
Yeah, all right. No, but like I was saying, it would be for like giveaways and stuff. That's the only reason I would have,
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do with my YouTube channel is, I'm hoping that I feel like, this, I already said, I feel funny when people give me those super chats and things like that. But I feel like if they're going to benefit from it at the end of the day, then I'm okay with it. And that's why I'm hoping these little game shows that I'm doing, I hope they work and do well, because it's a lot of fun.
I liked it.
In all honesty, it's so hard to get on here and do these lives about reptile stuff. I don't think I can do a video that hasn't been done a million times over and way better than I can do it. If I'm doing a video on how to sex a snake, or if I'm doing a video on how to palpate a snake, or any of those things, there's so many amazing videos on that are just better than I feel I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, I don't think I could get in there and do a how-to thing like a Gavin from Balls to You can do. You know what I mean? I don't have that. So I just don't feel like I have an offer or anything. But if they pay some money, like if people are paying some money and I get YouTube money, I don't get much, but when I get YouTube money and that can go into it, awesome. So I hope it kind of works out that way. And again, if people put super chats in, it just makes for better prizes.
Leo, stop it.
I agree, and like that's why I was doing them. I was doing the vlogs every day, and what happened was,
So thanks, Aquaballs.
Oh,
I try to catch your stuff too, but you do these lives. You must be way out in California or something, because you do lives in like 2 a.m. They're barbecuing and crap.
Yeah. Like I said, I can do them.
Good morning. What are you doing?
I do. I was doing the vlogs every day, but you can only do so many. You can only do so many on reptiles, really. No joke.
Well, yeah, and I enjoy them, and I want to experience this YouTube and this reptile thing and my animals with everybody, and just enjoy them. I used to do the how-to videos, but honestly, it's so easy to make a mistake. You know what I mean? And you make a mistake, and it could really do some damage to somebody's stuff.
Well,
and
people will just freaking tear you up.
Right, and not to mention, people will really never let you live it down. And that's a healthy fear for me, I think, because I could easily mess up. I am such a jibber jabber of words that barely come out of my mouth half the time. It's too easy for me to do that. So
it's not even that you could mess up, it's that people take what you say the wrong way, like this.
Oh yeah.
And then just in general, but what you do might work for you and might not work for Joe Schmo over here, who, so I don't know, it's just people.
That's why we have so many different religions, but we have this one Bible. You read a passage, I read a passage, he's telling me to do this, you say he's telling you to do that. Yeah, I mean, you can read something into things real easily. Just being on a different track. I'm hearing voices. You hear voices, Eli?
Yeah.
He's building a little entertainment place downstairs. My landlord. It's looking really good. He says he just built a bar down there, and he used one slab of a tree, and it has the bark rim around it and stuff. And I'm trying to convince him to route it out and pour some clear poly in there.
Epoxy.
So maybe, epoxy and stuff, which maybe some lights into it, but he's not doing it. But he's the guy. He actually works on the cruise ships. He does this stuff here, but he goes and refurbishes Carnival cruise ships and stuff in like Singapore, wherever they're doing them at the time.
Yeah.
He's like you, handy, not like me.
I wouldn't say you're not handy.
Not when it comes to building, I'm really not.
You get up on your you get up on your roof to shovel snow off and you fall off, so it works.
3 times I've fallen off my roof shoveling snow off it. 3.
Yeah, it can be.
I don't think I'll get up the next one. The next one, I think I'm done. I don't know. You got to laugh at me, but you know what I did? This may have been done before. I hope it has. So I don't feel like a goof. But this winter, I'm not taking chances. I actually put some, because I have all this extra. Oh, hold on. The missus is yelling at me? Or is it you?
No, it was me. She said it.
Okay.
She put like a face mask on, a hydrating face mask. She said if anybody makes fun of her, people are in trouble.
Oh, I'll have a black charcoal peel mask on later on tonight, so don't worry about it. I had a It's October. I also in October.
He puts the black charcoal one on.
I was going to get it, but they were sold out.
It's because I bought the last one. No, I didn't buy
It's
it.
'cause he bought the last one, he said.
Oh, he bought it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell him they come back in stock on October 29th. He can buy me another one. Then.
I'll be going live October 29th at 7 p.m. Central Time doing the game show. If y'all haven't checked it out, you should go check it out. Oh, I don't look half as good as you do in my mask either, Beck.
He says you don't look as half as good as you do in the mask. He'll be going live that day, so he doesn't know if he can go on.
And if I did my mask on here, you all would accuse me of blackface, and I'd have a bunch of hate.
You know, I got to say something. I was watching a video of a person putting makeup on, and they did the black charcoal on the face. And, you leave it right around the eyes, white and all that. First thing that popped in my head, I said, I wonder who's going to look at this and be like, they're doing blackface on here or something. Because that's how that's how crazy people are anymore.
Listen, everybody's offended about everything.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's offended about everything. And as soon as people get over themselves, this will be a lot nicer world.
Yeah, I laugh at that. There's a picture on YouTube, on Facebook, of an 18-year-old boy dressed up, storming the beaches in Normandy. All right, 18 years old. And then there's a picture next to him of an 18-year-old crying because his video game didn't work right, and saying, now, what's going on here?
That is today, 100%. That is today. And that's why we're having the problems we're having right now, too, politically. And I'm not trying to pick on millennials because it's not like it's your fault. If anything, it's the Gen X. I guess it's my fault. It's, your fault, Andrew. And not just that, it's,
I can tell you why it's our fault.
If we needed to figure something out or find something out, we had to go to the library. And everybody hated going to the library, in general. We didn't have the world at our fingertips. Life wasn't so easy. If we wanted to make life happen, we really had to put effort into it. Well, right now, I could do every single thing I need to do all week long from my keyboard. I can order my groceries, have them brought to my house. I can order anything I need, have it brought to my place. I can have, food brought to me. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to do anything. And because of that, our kids are all technology smart, which you think is a way to kind of what does Spock always say? What's his thing?
Live long and prosper.
No, his my God, see, words slip my simple mind. It's so ridiculous. But if somebody's got to comment this crap,
it's not illogical.
Logical, right? You know what I mean? They take everything. They think everything like computer wise. You know what I'm saying? They don't think that they read it, so it's so. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
My son will argue with me about everything because he read it on the internet. Dude, I just seen a Facebook, Dad, and it said this. And I'm just like, Facebook ad said it. Oh, okay, that's your proof. You know what I mean?
You're a Facebook graduate. Facebook
and when
University.
I wanted to know about that subject, I had to take my Huffy to the library.
Or experience it yourself.
Right. So
my oldest son always says to me.
Made it simple for him, and now they get offended by everything because they're so important.
My son will tell you, my oldest son, he's like, he goes, the generation, my generation, the reason that this generation is the way it is because it's like you said, it's our fault. Because one, when I wanted to go out and do something like dig a hole, I had to actually go outside with a shovel, dig a hole, get freaking dirty, get yelled at for putting a hole in the yard, all kinds of shit.
Shovel the driveway.
Now you can go right on video game and dig a hole on Minecraft and do it all day long. And it's like,
I like to put a damn hat on and a fake sword and go out there and dig a freaking hole. I don't care how you do it.
When I was a kid, I was never home or in a house. I was always outside. I didn't care what was going on. I was outside. No joke. Now you got generations of kids that don't even leave their door. They're scared to walk outside. Now I think that's going to be
really during the 80s. During the 80s was when we really started trying to really scare the public. Because before that, they would show you the hippies protesting and the rights and people's rights and all this other stuff. Things they would show that kind of stuff both sides. Well, now it's not really like that. Now they don't really show both sides of the agenda. And that's why I love all
fear
these
side.
people that are writing each other off because of Trump and Biden. If you're a Democrat and you're a Republican, and they're putting on the
Mhm.
Facebook, if you're voting this way, unfriend me. There's families that are hating at each other. I'm just laughing. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah,
really?
what happened?
Where the hell? 90% of you aren't even going to go out and vote. And I know that for a fact because every year they show you the percentage of people that actually went out and voted. And most of you aren't even part of that. So shut up.
I gotta say one thing. If you don't go out and vote, you can't say a damn word.
That's what I'm saying. Shut up. Don't say a thing. You didn't go out and vote. Shut up. And listen, there's a third party. And the third party candidate is actually pretty damn cool. Just saying. All you Trumpers can hate on me. All you Dems can hate on me if you like.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not telling you which way I'm voting. I know I'm not a fan of Biden. I'm not a fan of Hillary Clinton. That doesn't mean I think I want to get rid of Democrats. That's the new thing. We need to get rid of Democratic Party. Look, the Democratic Party, in my opinion, has already got rid of itself, and they need to fix their party. Very important they fix their party. Very important for every one of us that the Democratic Party fixes their party and gets back on track. We can't have one-party system. A one-party system will be a dictatorship in no time at all. So
I don't think
people
we
need
can have
to-
a two-party system. I think we need a three-party system where you get more of a variety of what's going on.
And we do.
Because
But
you got the
third party
Republicans.
never goes. They're always accused of stealing. Listen, people tell you if you're just taking a vote away from the better person. You vote how you want to vote. That's what.
Yeah.
That's
No, I'll
once
tell
you
you.
start doing that, but not because people are telling you not to do that. Maybe that's when things will start changing for the better.
The two-party system is in trouble due to the fact that they're so far apart from each other they can't even get together and negotiate and work things out.
Well, and
It's either their way or no way. It's either their way or no.
they've done this shift.
Yep.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's very confusing to Republicans and Democrats.
Oh yeah.
Old reds and old blues. It's very confusing too because they're like, wait a second, I thought our policies are always this way, but they're not. Okay, I guess our policies are this now. That's
You
not
look
cool.
back, like when Abraham Lincoln started the Republican Party, it was what the Democratic Party is today.
Well, and that's
it has switched completely around.
and it's so funny because most people think that Abraham Lincoln is a Democrat. Like they don't even know.
No.
They don't even know. Oh, he was a Democrat. No, he wasn't. And at the same time, you're going to find good and bad in both sides of things.
Yep.
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 I'm not a fan of Biden. I don't think he did a good job while he was vice president. I voted for Barack Obama the first time around. I think he did a bad job. Why do I say that? He could have done, that guy could have changed America for the better for everybody. He could have done something for his people, quote unquote, and the American people, and he did nothing about it. Nothing. I was so disgusted after the first 4 years. I was like, I'm going to vote for whoever he goes against him. I have to. He did nothing in that first 4 years. And then in the second 4 years was just all about who he was selling himself to so that when he got out, he could write his 11 books and not have to do nothing the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah. The problem I have.
Such an amazing opportunity, like first black president. And don't give me the crap. He was half white or he was half. Listen, he was going to be the first. He was the first black president. He could have done some really awesome stuff. Instead, what he did was the status quo. The static same thing that all the Republicans and Democrats have done for years.
I have a few issues with the man that's in charge now because of some things that he's done in the past and things that he's done. Like right now, some of the stuff he talks, it just doesn't make sense. He's got
the dumbest. Well, listen, at the same time, I've always said this. Here's my favorite thing about Trump. This is what I like about him. And you can hate me or not hate me for it. The guy speaks his mind because everything he says he feels is golden. And that's what I want. I don't want to be lied to. He doesn't lie to us because he thinks he's great. And he's not. He does some stupid shit. He says some dumb crap for sure, 100%. But at least I'm never going to be blindsided from him. And pockets ain't getting greased over here. And the poor people and the middle class people are getting screwed all over. This is the first time that the middle class has had a hand up since I've been alive. This is the first time people actually take out the virus. Unemployment for all colors of people has been that good. It's not Trump saying that. I'm not going because he said it. I'm going by the numbers say it. That's good for us.
Maybe where you're at.
Outweigh the bad. That's the
I have to disagree with you on a few things there, but we can
go
agree
ahead.
to
This is
disagree.
one of those fights where we end up friends at the end.
Okay. There are people that have lost their job because of that, man. I could tell you right now.
Oh,
when
listen,
I know
I'm from New York City, man. I was born in New York. Yeah,
I
don't
know-
get me confused. I know all the builders that got burnt with their bankruptcies and all that stuff through him,
Yeah.
and he walked out high and dry.
Yep.
That
He
guy
ruined
knows
Atlantic City.
business. He knows
Well,
business.
See, he knows the loopholes of business, how
That's
to get
knowing
around
business,
everything.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I
I agree with that. Yeah.
own a pretty successful business. I'm not talking about this one.
No.
And if you want to stay competitive, then you have to be looking for every one of those loopholes. I wish I knew.
I agree. I agree with that. You know, like I'm only paying so much in taxes. I understand that because he knows the rules, he knows the laws, he knows how to work
Well, no, I
them in
mean,
his favor.
if you believe he paid $750 in taxes and that's what he paid and that was it, then we just need to end this discussion right here because we're never coming to middle ground.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Possible.
Because he paid millions of taxes through his company.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he did that one.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
Not him
and
personally,
he
but
pulled all of his little personal finances stuff. He put all the stuff in the right. But I'm not trying to defend him because, like I said, I'm not a big fan. If I could pick right now who I want to be my president, it would be Trey Gowdy. That's who I'd pick. Y'all can look him up if you don't know who he is. That's who I'd pick because he doesn't care if you're Republican, you're Democrat. He don't care if if his grandmother had some secret emails that she wasn't supposed to have. He gonna flush her down the toilet and tell everybody about it. That's my kind of guy. I want
that's
to
the guy we
be like,
need.
hey, listen, I screwed everybody up. I thought this was going to work. It didn't work. That's the kind of guy that I think he is. I hate defending Trump. I don't want to defend Trump, but I hate when people say that nothing good came from his presidency because as much as I'd like to agree with people because I don't like him as a person, trust me, nobody really liked him in the lower classes in New York City and New York and stuff like
In
that.
New Jersey and Pennsylvania because of all that stuff.
Because of these things. But he worked off the Constitution first of all because he didn't have nothing else to work off of. He didn't have a record. That's why he breezed through the debates with Hillary so easily because he didn't have a record to go off of. They couldn't say, "Well, you voted for this and this didn't happen, and you voted for this." They couldn't do that to him. They didn't have that. All they had was you told the girl that you'd like to hit her in her stuff, or whatever it was he said, And I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't want to make myself look like a jerk. But I've said some chauvinist stuff in my day. I've said some piggish things before. I don't make it a habit. I don't do it now. But I mean, in my past, I've said some stuff probably worse than whatever the heck he said. I don't even know what he said, to be honest with you. But man, imagine being held to that. I mean, if you're going to be the president, I guess that's stuff you need to think about, But should we only elect presidents for people that are growing up to be presidents? Because that's kind of like that's like having a king or a queen at that point.
No, I was thinking that too. That you can't go down that path either because that is like having a king or a queen,
Right.
And you can't, you can't. I heard somebody say, this is what I heard. I heard somebody say, I think all presidents if you want to run for president, you should be vetted first and you have to meet standards to be president. And I'm thinking to myself, no, because
kind of the opposite of what it's about.
That's the opposite of the Constitution because it says anybody who's an American citizen can run for president.
There's some requirements. You got to be over the age, 35, things like that.
Yeah.
Citizen.
I'm talking, you shouldn't have to meet certain standards like you've never done this or you've never done that. No, that would, you might as well just put a monarchy in and like you said, a king or a queen and say, there you go, that's it. No.
All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think Trump could have done a better job these past 4 years? Well, I guess I got to ask you this first. Do you think Trump has been freely allowed to be a president from the Democratic side? Because I know a lot of Democratic people, because I'm not, like I said, I'm in the middle. I'm not on the far right or the far left, I'm very constitutional, but do you think that they've given him a chance to actually be a president? I mean, holding his feet to a fire on some stuff that didn't turn out. I mean, they assured us that he did wrong. I mean, they assured us. Every news outlet out there,
I think
assured us.
Okay,
did wrong, and it didn't work out.
I feel that both sides have given him a hard time, and that's
And
no
I
joke
think-
because there's so many on both sides that have done it,
Mhm.
have ridden him hard, and I think they're riding him hard because he's not a politician in any way. So,
All right,
do
but
I
we'll-
think he
we'll-
got a fair
I
shot?
don't think Republicans have voted him publicly or tried to impeach him or tried to do any of this. Maybe a few here, on the side of of all things. But what I'm saying is, listen, if Hillary would have won, I think Hillary is a disgusting person. I don't have facts, but I believe she's been involved in a lot of shenanigans and probably people's deaths and everything else some way or another. I know how she personally felt about a rapist that she defended in her own words. I despised her. But if she would have been our president, I would have not stood for my people that were on the other side, dragging her through the mud for years and years and years. Like, you gotta back who your president is. That's how it always has been. That's how it should be. You have to have respect. I can't stand Hillary Clinton, but if she
Gotta
would have
have
been,
respect.
I wouldn't have
I
said
agree.
nice about her, but I wouldn't have spent
With
my
that.
life saying, protesting, knocking statues over, and doing crazy shit. I just wouldn't do that.
No, I agree. I think that you have to respect just because of where he's at, and then give him a chance, help him, do what you can. If they came together, if the two parties came together and worked on neutral ground somewhere, a lot of stuff would get done. But they don't seem to do that. They always seem to be it's my way or no way, and that's
I
both
think-
sides are like that, my way or
I
no
just
way.
think Trump could have done a really awesome job if he just wasn't fighting these battles on all angles. You know what I mean? I think he could have done a pretty good job. And honestly, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard to do. I mean, you all remember Bush? He didn't do shit. He cost us some Cheney. Ugh. Cheney and Hillary, like one person. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
And there's Republican Democrats for you.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing I don't agree
I don't
with,
think
and this
Trump got a fair deal. And I think if he gets reelected, which I'm pretty sure he will, unless there's some tomfoolery, I hope for the people's sake at home and just wanting to have a normal life, that they just let him do his 4 years so that we don't have to hate each other or feel like we have to be divided with each other, because that's not what it's about. And I'm very upset about that portion of it.
Here's what I see. Now, here's one thing I don't agree with, and this really isn't so much as a Trump thing as it is a Mitch McConnell thing, okay? Now, when Obama was president, at the very end of his term,
I can still hear you. I'm just going to go
Okay.
off camera half a second to turn this down.
at the end of his term, a justice died. Who was it? Justice Scalia, I think, passed away.
Yeah.
And they would not let him pick a Supreme Court justice and put it up to a vote. But yet
Oh,
now
but
they're going to do.
They always do that to each other.
Yeah,
That-
but
that-
now they're
always
going to
been-
do it for. They're going to do it now, though.
Yeah, and then the Democrats are going to do exactly what they say they're going to do, and they're going to block everything, and that's how they're going to do it.
I don't think they'll be able to block it.
And guess who gets hurt? Everybody.
Yeah.
The American people.
Yeah. But I will tell you this much, though. You just said you think he's going to win another 4 years. I don't think he's going to make it. I really don't. I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to lose.
Well, the numbers. If you go on past history and records, it says it happens that Biden should win this. But we've had this issue before. It was whatever year it was. It was Bush and Gore. When that went down, I was in Florida, so y'all can thank me for it, I guess. But when that went down, clearly Bush didn't win. I voted for him too. I hate to say it, but I did vote for him that year. He didn't win, clearly. And I voted for him. So I can say that. I'm not ashamed. I'm telling people that, hey, the truth is, that's the case. Somehow he still won. Somehow Bush won, and he didn't win. And nobody fought it. Didn't
Yeah, I know. Nobody fought that at all. No.
It was so weird. It was fought for
It was
a
them
week.
damn Florida
Why can't
hanging
that
Chad,
now?
man.
We can hear you for the next 3 years. It's all crooked. It really is at the end of the day. But what I'm saying with Trump is that he had to run constitutionally, and he is really all about image. That's what you're buying. That's what the Trump money is the image of Trump, gold trim, high class. He is selling you an image. And because of that, he really wants to do what the majority of the people want to do. And I've seen this the numbers. I hate to say it, but if you go to your Facebook and you type in, and I've done this because people are, I got to check it out. You go and find out how many of your friends on your Facebook are liking on Trump's page and how many are liking on Biden's page. And you're going to be pretty shocked.
Oh, I agree.
The numbers on the polls right now say Biden's ahead by a lot. Keep in mind, Hillary Clinton was 90% in, you know what I mean, at this point. And it didn't work out that way. So what I'm saying is I want Trump this year over Biden. But Jo Jorgensen, if you don't know who she is, check her out. Her record speaks for itself. It's a pretty good record. I wouldn't mind her running my presidency.
Here's the one thing, though. I'll tell you what
Trump can fix the economy, and I don't think any of the rest of them can.
It doesn't matter who wins, as long as you just accept the outcome.
Yeah. Well, I think that's best for all of us as Americans. Because listen, in 4 years, if you don't like what's going on, we can just do this again. And that's another thing. I can't stand people that have all this say. You got to get out and vote. Black Lives Matter. Of course they matter. I don't know. I've never heard on either side of the party anybody say that they didn't matter. You know what I mean? Of course they matter. But the more division we have, the more separation we have, the more you guys get this because this happened here or this or that there. The more separation we have like that, the longer it's going to be before we're just Americans. And this isn't me speaking.
Yep.
This is the Black community saying this as well. The Hispanic community is saying this. They're all saying it. Look, everybody just needs to be on the same page as Americans. We don't have to respect that you celebrate Hanukkah and I celebrate Christmas. We don't have to, that's nothing. You know what I mean? American used to mean.
I do have one question for you.
That's tarnished.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. If he becomes elected again, he's going to do away with the payroll tax completely. That is your Social Security. What are you going to do without Social Security? And that does pay your Social Security. Yes.
He wants me to take him to the store, but he told me I'm not allowed to go looking like this.
What's wrong with your mom? You embarrassed to your mom? You don't be embarrassed to your mom.
Get some stupid blue stuff.
Kids.
Kids. So, but that's going to be trouble for people that like the older people that will.
There's others. I mean, that's, to be honest with you, the policy is more to it than that. There's changing things around. Honestly, it's going to be the same. It won't be any different. They're just flipping things around. So it's going to cost you less to get medication now. It's going to cost you a little bit more to do this over here now. And that's how it's always been. And on top of that, because they say that that's what they want to do, as well as I do that 90% of the stuff that they want to do never goes through. I mean, really, have we seen too many presidents do what they say they're going to do? I mean,
Yeah.
So nothing is just these are policies, and that's what you really have to ask yourself: does that policy benefit you and not me? Does it benefit the majority and not the minority? You know what I mean? Because that's where it comes down to, and that's what I'm trying to say is that something that benefits me, if the majority of the people want it to be the other way, then I say it's a fair thing. Most of the people want to go this way, then we got to go this way. It's always been that whenever I've done stuff with a group, hey, what do you guys want to do today? We want to go out this. Same thing. You guys want to go out to dinner? We're all going to talk, and majority of the vote is where we end up going. That's America. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I agree with that, but
and it should be respected. And people
what you think is that they won't do away with Social Security.
I want no government. So, I mean, that's where I'm at. Like the least amount of government as possible, least amount of control. Honestly, I could definitely take my tax money and invest it in the same investments that they are doing with my money to make the Social Security and probably do a better job of it. So for me, I would rather have that money up front. That isn't going to work for everybody. I understand the majority of people are going to be like, I never have money. I got money. Spend it as soon as I get it. I understand that. But is that the president's responsibility or your responsibility? Because I think I could invest my money better for my retirement than the government. Government hasn't done a whole lot of things to make me say, yeah, here's my money. Do what you think is best for it. My opinion. So, but I can understand.
I agree. That's funny.
I can understand the other side of that,
Civics.
though. You know, we didn't have all that stuff back in until the late 60s. You know, there wasn't the food stamps, and
No, you didn't. But
but
here's the deal.
we were allowed to take care of people back then. And now and this is something Trump has done well too, is he's taken down a lot of those barriers and blockers that are just, God, look at all this red tape that people are making money off of these rules. You can't feed a homeless person at your restaurant because if they choke them to die in that food, if you give them some food outside, even if they get it out of your dumpster, you could be liable if something happens to them. How horrible is that? I used to work at a place, big pies and everything else, and at the end of the night,
That stuff like that.
if we couldn't give a pie to the homeless people outside because if something happened. I mean, it's ridiculous. We used to take care of each other.
Here's a
Hospitals that were funded by either churches or other areas to take care of people. Now you can't go in a hospital unless you got insurance and this and that. And when you don't, you have to try and get on this Medicaid that doesn't allow you to get teeth. How much Medicaid doesn't take care of, in most cases, your teeth and things like that. Like, these are all important things, you know? And I think I could do a better job with my money than the government. What says you? Change my mind. No, or whatever it is.
You're breaking up, so hold on a minute. I don't know what's going on. I couldn't hear a word you said because you broke up. I don't know what happened.
It was basically just the same stuff over and over again, really, probably. I just think I could do better with my money. I think that I could invest my money in a better way, or even in the same spot that the government's investing my money. But I actually get to reap all the benefits of that instead of just a percentage. And that's really what it comes down to. And honestly, if you're far left and you're on the far left side of the Democrats, they really want to invest your money. They want you, like, an investment's not a sure thing. I think we lost Andrew. I don't even know if I'm still.
No, I'm back now.
Good.
I don't know but here's what I want to know though. Okay, Jason, here's what I'm saying though. And I missed what you said because it broke up. But you got people that are disabled and cannot work.
Yep.
Now, I understand that, you know, hospitals can take care of them or whatever, but there are people that are
Did you freeze up? I think Andrew froze up.
this is getting annoying.
You got a storm cloud coming in.
I must. It's getting to mine. I can see the stars. There's no storm cloud coming.
No, I do. I got what you were saying there. So while we're still going, let me tell you that I understand what you're saying. But we had that back then too, and they were taken care of. My aunt Pam, who's passed away now, she had spina bifida. We've talked about this before. I never understood this. How come she wasn't raised at home? Really, I mean, she was for so many years, but she actually lived in a care home her whole life. And, you know, I guess back in the day, it was just, maybe it was easier. I never understood why that was. But places like the American Legion and all these things, they had these avenues, and they were things that people actually invested to or donated to and stuff. And they just don't do that anymore. And the reasons is because of all these policies that were put up and taxes that are put on and things that make it so it's just not worth it for people. And it's actually hard to donate and do those things nowadays because of all this legislation that puts up all these blockers. Because if we let you do that, then the insurance companies are going to lose out on money, and we don't want that to happen because they're the ones that give us all the money. That's what lobbyists do. So, you know, there's a lot of that kind of stuff. If you got rid of it, you'd be kind of surprised. And again, we didn't have that stuff back in the mid 60s. We didn't have that stuff until then, and people were taken care of. A man used to be work, or a woman, doesn't even matter nowadays, used to be able to go earn enough money, take care of the whole dang family. But because of policies and politics, we both have to go out and work our butts off. We don't see our kids. Thank God that they got the computer to babysit them. And these are like things that I find to be negative, you know, and I don't think any president's going to fix that regardless who they are. But
Okay.
I do understand what you're saying.
I'm gonna just use somebody as an example here. Let's just say
That policy, what would they do? I get what you're saying. And they would have to come up with a
okay.
real
Let's just say Gary Orner here, right? He's got with Gary Orner here. Let's say he's working one day and he had an accident and he gets hurt, and say he breaks his neck. I'm only using you as an example, Gary. And he's paralyzed from the neck down. Now he's disabled. He can't do anything. But he's got a family. All right. Now, you can't convince me that places like organizations will step forward and make sure his family is taken care of and all, and they get everything like Social Security, like he can go out and.
Oh, Andrew froze up for a quick second. I'm sure he'll be back on. You know what that means, Andrew? As soon as that cloud passes over your dang house, it's going to get to my place. I know, you got to go. Yes. You're back. You're back, Andrew. You're back. I know. I'll bring you. I got to get going anyway. I got to bring this dang dog out. But I do want everybody to know that I don't judge anybody's political views, and
I don't know what's going.
Oh. All right, listen, everybody. Please hit that like button. Andrew's an awesome person. I'm going to try and start putting some lives up myself, and hopefully he'll jump on and join one of me in my lives. I'm thankful that y'all had me in here tonight, as well as Andrew. I'm going to take my dog out, and I think I'm actually missing another live as well. Andrew, thank you so much for having me on, man. You're an awesome person, and I love that we can disagree and still have, you know, love for each other. That's the way it really should be. You guys can disagree.
I'm back. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I'm going to jump off of here because I got to take the dog out. I got to go check my son, Liam. But I was just thanking you for having me on, and I appreciate it. And I was letting them know, see, you can have these disagreements, and the best way to fix these things are talking about it, like me and Andrew are right here. We clearly don't agree on everything with each other, but we're talking about it. And it's funny. That's how you fix things. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Andrew might pop back in. He's having issues. It's probably his kid playing those dang video games.
I'm here now.
All right. Well, I was just saying, I'm going to say it again. So you know what I was saying. I wasn't talking crap about you. I was saying, just know that this is how you fix things. You have disagreements, as me and you disagree on these, but this is how you fix those problems. You talk with each other about them, and that's how you come to.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. The kids playing the damn video games.
That's what it is. My kids do that all the time at the house. He must be doing a crazy run. But I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you so much for having me on, Andrew. I'm going to try and get this StreamYard thing working on my stuff. I guess it's just as easy as turning it on and sending a person a link, huh? Yeah, they'll still think he's having problems. All right, buddy. Love you all. See me. Bye. Andrew, thank you so much. Love you.
All right, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. I do not know what was going on. Is anybody still in here? I think it has to do with kids playing video games. I really, really do. I don't know. Okay, you still have me. All right, I'm still here then. I'm still on. I didn't go nowhere. I don't know what's going on. I think it has to do with kids. I really do. I think it has to do with the kids playing video games. I really do. I think they play video games and then they're on the internet on top of it all, and it slows everything down, which is kind of crazy. I don't like it that it does that. It's I don't know. I don't know. Gary, I'm sorry. I had to use you as an example though. And I'm just saying, I don't know how people feel about anything, but I it's it's just right now we're in a strange situation in this country, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know. How many people are still in here? Can I get a roll call type of thing? That I know people are still in here. It's a mad world. Yes, it is a mad world, Justin. Yes, it is, my friend. It's just, I really can't wait till the whole election's over either, because I think driving up to this election is driving people crazy, and it's nuts, Oh, I could see you. I can't see you, but I can see you. I hope you can see me. I hope I'm not frozen again or something. So, I don't know. What's your Winston Churchill said best. Exactly. You could judge a country by the way it treats its people. Mm-hmm. And if you treat your people bad, I don't know. Time will tell, though, and see how it goes. I'm not sure. What's going? No, that's not what I did. Oh, so am I, Justin. I'm so ready for it to be over with and done with. It's just I don't know. To me, it's it's driving us people crazy. Just totally driving the people crazy. Wow, I had all them people in here and only 3 thumbs up, huh? It's okay though. It's all good. It was just weird how this whole thing was messed up like that. I don't know what was going on. So, well. Oh, DCC? I didn't see that. I didn't know. That's because the whole thing is like goofed up. Yeah, they're both got their flaws, big time, Justin. Big time. I have to agree with you. I sent the link to my son. He wanted to pop in, but I don't know. He might be busy right now. Reese's Pythons, how are you doing, sir? How is everything over there in Reese's Pythons world over there? Now 11. Hey, Jason. I mean, Justin, let me ask you a question. How many people are watching the live? I can't see how many people are watching it either because of the whole goof up. It was goofed up, so I'm lost. That's why you're voting for the fly, huh? Yeah, hanging in there. I think we're all doing that. Says 3. Yeah, 3 people watching. See, and then mine first said 8, and then it's down to 3, and then it went up, and then it went down, and now it's. I don't know. I'm not going to be on long. I'm going to hop off. I've been on for well over an hour, so. But it was great to have all you guys in here. I want to thank everybody for coming in here. It was nice to have you in here. Next time I go live, I think I'm going to have to do it without using StreamYard. Although, yeah, I watched that. That was funny. Although, hopefully I have a new computer by then, and a lot of my problems could be the computer. Could very, very well be the computer. The computer does run. It's an older computer. I haven't bought a computer, no joke, for 10 years or more. So, shows how outdated my stuff is. Anyway, I will talk to everybody later. Thank you for stopping in, and peace out, people.